What is up, you guys, and welcome to the Chosen League podcast, where fire sports content is the name of the game. I'm your host, Devin. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. Watch this video all the way to the end. I don't want you guys missing out what I have in store for you today. Last night's game against the Bills and the Dolphins was just flat. It was flat out terrible for the Dolphins. I mean, looking at it from we're going to start off with the Dolphins. With the Dolphins in mind, should the Dolphins be concerned about Tua after receiving his third career concussion? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Honestly, I believe so. And at this point, Tua has to look out for himself and see what before it led up to the concussion. Here's what the problem was for the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they were Tua was trying too hard to make a play. He wasn't playing his style of football. He just needed to settle down and get into his rhythm. The offensive line did a terrible job of not protecting the quarterback. And it's like Tua had 2.5 seconds to get the ball out of his hands in the pocket. The run game was working well for them. A Kane was getting the ball down the field. It seemed like they were gaining yards as they were getting down the field with the run game. And then the play calling, I don't know, but who's ever the offensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins, they need the Dolphins need to go in there and make a change because that offensive coordinator had no idea what he was doing. They kept running the similar plays. If you've seen the one play with the jet sweep with Tyreek Hill, they got positive, they gained yards, they got first downs for that, and then they just kept running those similar type plays, but running it in a different way, using a different player. You seen they did with Tyreek Hill, they did it with Jalen Waddle, and you know like I said, the offensive line did not do a great job. And in the third down situation, why is it that when you get in a third down situation, you decide to, let me keep running the ball? The defensive line was already stacked. They'll say, okay, let's the defensive line is already spread out. The whole defense is spread out. They're like, okay, we're gonna play man on you guys. The whole defense was shifting to the right and making from the defensive perspective, they're shifting to the right while the offense is shifting to the left. So now it's a what you have here is the running back can't run through the A gap, which is between the center and the guard. He can't run through the B gap between the guard and the tackle because the defense is collapsing the gap. So there was no way. And there were certain times on run plays I couldn't understand. Why didn't you guys just do a cutback? That one play in the first quarter where they ran the ball to the right with number 28, a Kane. He runs the ball and he's going to the right, and then he sees that there's no way he can get there's no gap open. It's already collapsed by the defense. So then he waits to the last minute to turn around and go the opposite way, and then loses yards. Tua, the thing about Tua is when I said he wasn't playing his game, he really wasn't playing his game. He was trying to do too much, and he had two interceptions in the first quarter. You see, the first time when he tried to get the ball to Tyreek Hill, the ball was on the opposite side of Tyreek Hill, so Tyreek Hill didn't have a chance. He kept overthrowing his receivers, trying to do so much. He ended up the first interception he threw bounced off his teammate's shoulder pad, caught by the Buffalo's defender, got the interception. The second interception he threw was a pick six, and then the third one he threw, and I'm just like, gosh, Tua, you got to get your head in the game. And then also the fourth down situation, it's 4th and 2. And there was no sense of urgency from them during the second quarter. In the first half, there was no sense of urgency of them trying to go down and score. It was just too much, and really Tua had to be better. You don't go head up trying to make a play, trying to truck somebody. You use your shoulder pads. He went head first and just ended up getting into the situation he's in right now, which is a concussion. Prayers to Tua Tagovailoa, and I'm really concerned about him because this is really bad, really bad. He had two concussions. Let me remind you guys, he had two concussions in the 2022 season. Now you get your third one in the 2024 season. This isn't good. It's not good at all. Tua at this point has to protect himself. Moving on to the Bills, the Buffalo Bills. Now with the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, his new team he got, no Stephon Diggs in the picture. They really came into Miami's house and destroyed them. Dominated. Why? James Cook's 49-yard rushing. Did you see that one play in the red zone where Josh Allen threw the pass to Cook and he ran in for a touchdown? The gap was slowly closing when he got that 49-yard rush for that touchdown. The gap was slowly collapsing. It was, well, quickly collapsing, and he just happened to get through. Perfect timing. You see, the Josh Allen was able to play his game. He was confident in his ability. He had number 10 Shakur, who was getting those passes down the field. He was getting the ball down the field, and the problem was Jalen Ramsey and the Dolphins defense. They were giving too much cushion to these receivers, and that's why they were getting blown by. That's why they didn't even play man coverage defense. The defense is just literally like, I'm gonna give them a couple yards. You giving them yards, is giving them an opportunity to make plays. And it was poor tackling by the Dolphins defense. They just couldn't get it right. It just wasn't their game. It really wasn't. I don't know what the Dolphins got going on, but they need to stop it. They got to go back to the drawing board and get better. They have to be better. And the thing about it is, both teams had 5 players that was injured. With the Bills, Javon Solomon, defensive end, Teron Johnson, cornerback, Ryan DeMark, offensive tackle. You had, and then you had a linebacker. Then you had another defensive end. Come on, y'all. And then with Miami, wide receiver Malik Washington was out. Channing Tindall, their linebacker, was out. Andrew Meyer, their center, was out. Muhammad Kamara, linebacker, was out. Ethan Bonner, their cornerback, was out. So even though they might not have had the pieces, and also Odell is on the list because he's not playing. Odell wasn't even playing. So when it comes to this team, this Dolphins team, they have the talent and everything, but I just don't think it's like they have all the ingredients, but they will never have the formula. You see, they have the ingredients, which is the talent and all these things, the coaching and everything. But the formula that they really need to have is the mindset. They have to be willing to, and it starts with Tua too, man. Like Tua needs to stop putting himself in these situations where he's getting himself hurt, because in that situation, going up against DeMar Hamlin, like, come on, man. It wasn't necessary to do that. And especially, if you're going to throw the ball out of bounds, throw it out of bounds. Don't just try to throw it up in the air just to try to make a play, and then here comes the pick six. 3 interceptions, man. 3 interceptions. He was 17 of 25, 145 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Josh Allen, 11 of 16, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. It just, the math isn't mathing. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, that is all for today's episode. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. I'm Devin, and I'm signing off.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show.